Hey guys. So this is gonna be really quick because I have to get ready. You could hear it too. I know my my daughter and her friend are freaking out right now. I did not even expect to hear anything. I was just like I was just watching his live and I swore I heard a response to his question and I thought somebody was outside his car. And I'm like, is that somebody outside like playing a joke on him saying, yes, I hear you? And then it said, Justin gets in his car, and I'll play it here in a second. He was at Warrior State Park, and or Path or whatever it's called. He might still be live, but I immediately clipped that when I heard it because I'm like, oh my God, did I just hear what I think I heard? And at first when I heard it, I'm like, no, like I'm just like going crazy. And I'm sure, just to many that they might believe that I'm already crazy. But I was not looking to hear anything. And when I heard he gets in his car and shuts the door and he goes, "Can you hear me?" And then it was like 5 seconds later, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 seconds later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to 5 seconds later, it said, "Yes, I hear you." And it says blah, 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 something voice. It's what I heard. I can't make out all of it, but I swear I heard, "Yes, I hear you," or "Yes, we can hear you." Yeah, something like that. And I'm like, was somebody outside his car like just playing a joke? And then when I started to, I was like, no, I mean, I'm going crazy. I didn't even, I wasn't even going to say anything. And then I continued to listen to his live for just a few seconds before I rewound and rechecked just to be like, after I registered, and I'm like, no, let's just rewind and let's see if I really heard what I think I did. And I was noticing this weird noise, and I thought it was just the connection. So it could be just like, I'm sure it's probably just my mind playing tricks on me. I'm sure it is, but it sounded like a weird wavelength. Like I don't even know how to explain it. When he was live, there was this weird. I don't know how to explain it. Weird, odd noise, a kind of constant noise. Not anything super noticeable unless you were paying attention. But once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Yeah, he was on his phone. Yeah, he was. It was during that part when he said he saw Justin, or when he said he saw Tim Mullins. So I was like, was Tim? I was like, was Tim playing a joke and said, "Yes, I hear you," or something? Because I know he's like a joking kind. But then I was like, no, that's just the whatever weird radio noise in the background. That weird. I don't know how to explain it. Play it so you can hear it. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. You'll have to. It's like 4 or 5. I'm going to play it. It's like 4 or 5 seconds. I sent it to you, Justin. Did you not get it? You were the very first person I sent it to. I mean, it was your video. But I heard like weird stuff in the background. Like, hold on. Does it say? Why does it say Why does it say it's processing still? It was just ready. Or here, we don't need let me see if it will play. Because I know it was on, it said it was. Okay. All right. So I play it and so when the video starts, I play it. It like he had just got done saying, "Can you hear me?" Okay. And then listen. So as soon as the video starts, listen about 4 or 5 seconds later. And that's when it happens. But I replay him saying, "Can you hear me?" Like I rewind like 4 or 5 times. So you'll have several chances to see if you hear what I was hearing. At first, like my daughter was getting frustrated because she kept, she kept thinking it was going to be like right after he said, "Can you hear me?" And I was like, and she kept going, "I don't hear anything." But she said that like every single time when I hear the voice say it, like, because it doesn't happen until like 4 to 5 seconds later. And she kept talking to her. I'm like, "Dude, don't talk the whole video and just listen." So here, let me mute and you guys see if you can hear it.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
For some reason, I can't hear it on the. You guys hear it? Because I couldn't hear it on the upload. I only hear it on my phone. I mean, I could hear it a tiny bit. Let me play it on my phone from the original recording before it was uploaded to YouTube, because I don't hear it as well. You heard it clear? Maybe it's just on my end. I don't hear it as well. Let me play it on my phone too. The original video the screen recording. Because I can't hardly hear it on that. Let me see if you guys can hear it better on this, but if I can remember where I saved it on my phone. Actually, and it might be best to listen to it from Justin's original video or his actual live and go to that part, like when he's like, "Can you hear me?" It says that it was like 56 minutes in or so. Go to about like 55 minutes in and listen to when he says it, when he gets back in the car after he says that he just saw Tim. That's if you're having a hard time hearing it. And here, let me pull it up on my phone, the original recording. Or I could pull it up on his video too, I guess. If I can find it on my, maybe it hasn't completely saved. Hold on. Okay, here it's on. Here, I'll play it on my phone. Let's see if we can hear it better. How do I? I'm like, how? Why the heck isn't it not? Here we go.
Can you hear me? hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'll put it on the YouTube channel. Since you guys said that you guys could hear it while I was playing the video on, I don't know why I can hear it better with that, like playing it there than listening to it through my computer. Now if I put it on headphones, yeah, I kept rewinding. Can you hear me? It's during Justin's live. It sounds like, to me, I hear exactly what Harley Yaya says. After 4 to 5 seconds after the "can you hear me," it says, "Yes, I hear you." Dun 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 dun. Something voice is what I heard. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I heard that. I think that weird noise or whatever was going on during his whole live, like that radio noise. It wasn't just when he was in his vehicle. Because I heard somebody say maybe it was air conditioning, which could have been, I guess. It's probably something like that just is like my mind playing tricks on me. I mean, I wasn't listening for it. You know, I wasn't expecting something like that. I wasn't trying to listen for spirit communication or something. I was just taken by surprise. Because I was like, did I really just hear a response? I thought somebody was outside his vehicle. Like, that's what it sounded like to me at first. When I originally heard it, I thought somebody was like, "Yes, I hear you," just joking. Yeah, it sounded like a male voice. Yes, but it does sound like a bunch of people talking too. That's what I like basically the whole time during Justin's live, I heard like a bunch of like after I listened or heard that part, I started paying attention. Well, I guess I can't say during his whole life because I didn't notice it until I heard that "yes, I hear you" part. When that happened though, after I heard that, I kept hearing what sounded like voice, people talking. And I don't know. I'll have to go back and listen if it was during his whole live. But so I guess I can't say. I don't know if it was really during his whole life because I can't. I heard that and I heard it and I listened a little bit further and then I rewound and was like, okay. And I clipped it real quick. And I haven't had a chance to. You heard it too, Rhonda? Okay, good. 'Cause I'm like, oh my God, I know I wouldn't say something like that unless I I try to stay away from those I try to stay more like fact based. I used to be really into like paranormal stuff at one time, but it kind of started to freak me out really bad because of some stuff. I don't know if I've ever really talked. I don't think I've ever talked about it on here, but it freaked me out. It kind of has, and I stopped. I started I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I was having some weird. So that's been years ago, but ever since then, and ever since I stopped, I don't even watch like paranormal stuff or anything. Now, a couple times on here, people have shown like their cool like little videos. Like I think Spirit Seeker Squad, we've played hers a couple times when she was on panels several months ago. But I don't even watch like Ghost Adventures or anything like that anymore because I don't know. I'll talk about it some other time. This channel I know is not about that kind of stuff, but I just, when it comes to like true crime though and stuff, I stay more. I try to stay more just stick to the facts. I mean, of course, we theorize and speculate. Everybody does that, no matter what you say. You do, because everybody has their theories and what they believe happened. But I don't, go to think an alien abducted her or something like that. Theo on that too. I don't do nothing ghost no more. That stuff is real and scary. Hey, Robert and friends. What's the timestamp? I guess we could pull up Justin's live and see when it is during his live. Get him the views. Let's see, because it's probably best to listen straight from his video. I'm guessing once, the more it gets re-recorded, it loses its quality. I'm assuming. I don't know, but listening to it straight from Justin's would probably be the best anyway. So let's see if I can find where that happened. Hold on. And then after that, I got to go because I got to get ready for whatever I'm doing. Okay, so I think it was about 55 minutes, 50 minutes. Let's see here. Right here, maybe. Listen, he has some weird sounds in the background.
1,000%.
Yep, it's right here. Okay, guys, here. Let me mute and listen here. Listen, it was happening even before he was in the car. There was weird voices in the background. I swear to God. Oh my God, I swear to God. I'm like going freaking crazy. No, it's nothing of fear or anything. It's just, it's probably nothing. It's probably just the air, or the water in the background making, I don't know, the movements of I have no idea what it is, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. So I'll mute. Let's listen to right after he says, "Can you hear me?" about 4 or 5 seconds, and then continue listening to the weird noises in the background.
Can you hear me? Yep. He's getting a hug from someone. I don't trust him. He's got something. He's got some type of. He's probably fucking taking pictures of a license plate. Hold on. Watch this. He's got a magnet. One M. Kingsport.me only King.
Did you really, Sunflower May? Did you notice it as he was live? Did you really? I can't hear it very well on this laptop, but I'm assuming you guys probably can hear it much better than I can. I hear it better on my phone. My phone gets much louder. But when I was listening on my phone, I could hear a bunch of noises in the background. Just I didn't think anything of it until it seemed like I heard a response after he said, "Can you hear me?" I was like, "Oh my God, what? Are you serious?" It was I don't know. Still, I think it was kind of cool, but oh, you think it was? You really think that was WCI? Does she get like that? A ghost? Does she get like? No, there's not monetization on this one, is there? No, I don't think I put monetization on this one. I didn't put it on my upload of I didn't set monetization on. I decided I'm not going to put monetization on today. I'm going to I don't plan on being like now the super chat thing's on, but I only planned on being here on live a few minutes, but yeah, don't send any super chats or anything. Send it to save your money for the fundraiser tonight that we're going to do. Hopefully so I heard a rumor that somebody of course, like, you know, everybody has to be, not everybody. I shouldn't say everybody. There's several that have to be negative every time and turn things into something bad if it pertains to me or certain people, you know, that they don't like. And you know, I just thought that wouldn't it just make sense for the very first fundraiser on this channel to be on Summer's Day? You know, this is her day, is for her. So I figured, you know, I did say I was going to take a vote on the organization, but after thinking about it, first of all, most of the ones that other people were suggesting were not already approved by YouTube. I had to pick one that was on the list, but the one I thought immediately, which was Equisearch, or Churchill Rescue Squad. Well, Equisearch was on there, but Churchill wasn't. You can request that they add a certain one, but it takes a few days. If I had planned in advance, then we could have, you know, done Churchill or something different that wasn't on there. Now, it's Equisearch. People were concerned because it said Equisearch Texas. When I pulled it up on the nonprofit, like when I was looking to set it up through YouTube Studio, where the money automatically goes to the charity, and you'll see that it will say that YouTube will post things to let you know it's going straight to the charity. That way there's no confusion. I didn't feel comfortable posting links. Like, I knew I could post a link to to donate to like Churchill or something, but I figured it would be more transparent to just like do the through YouTube thing. I don't want any of that, any questions. I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to start till 10:30 tonight, because for those who are going to the, events tonight for summer, I don't know. Who knows how well it will do? Might only be able to raise a few hundred, but that's it. Few hundreds, better than nothing. And yes, I'll be donating, just for the haters out there. Just so you know, not that it's something that I don't like to even say. I don't think it's important to really announce that you're donating. But anyways, I know that's one, a bunch of haters' questions on their mind. So it's going to be to Equisearch. And it did say when I pulled it up, Equisearch Texas. However, Equisearch Texas is owned by Tim. Can't remember his last name. Tim Miller, right? The whole thing. Like even the Midwest one is owned by Tim. So it all goes to the same place. It's just, you can directly donate to one or the other, but this one is just Equisearch in general, because the Texas one was the very first one. Midwest came after that. It was just a branch of, I looked into it to make sure. What pictures can they use of summer? Are there any restrictions? I don't think there's any restrictions. What? You're not selling, as long as you're not selling merchandise. I don't think it should matter. It puts out all you're spreading like awareness. So please not see. Yeah. Don't see any super chats. Here, let me see if I could turn that off real quick. I am going to go in a second, so it doesn't. Hold on. My daughter is freaking out about something again. Okay, sorry. Okay, let me go to, let's see. I wonder if, how do I do this? It says monetization is off, but I know it has to be like, you have to turn off super chats, but somehow, oh wait, hold on. It says off, but I know that's the wrong thing. Just please don't, here, let me put a banner to please don't send super chats. I'm not going to be on long enough for it to, for people probably. Please do not. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm going to mute. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Okay. So hopefully, if anybody, okay. So again, I went back and listened, and this was what you said. Yes, I hear you. This is your personal guardian watching over her. Huh? I heard something like, I'll have to go back and listen, but I think, I don't want to get, mine can probably hear whatever you want it to hear. But I wasn't expecting that when I heard it. I wasn't looking. But I did hear something. What I heard very initially, like I said, is it was, yes, I hear you, blah, 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 blah. Hear a voice or something like that. Something voice. That's what I heard. But if I start thinking certain other things, then I could, I might, I just thought the first part was really shocking because I wasn't expecting it. It's 5 seconds after, it's 4 to 5 seconds certified after Justin says, "Can you hear me?" Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It does sound like that scanner. It does sound like a kind of scanner noise. That's like a radio noise. Yeah. Who? EquiSearch or scammers? Well, I don't think so, but that's just my opinion. If people feel that way, they don't have to donate to EquiSearch. But I feel like they've been them and Churchill have been, the main two, in the forefront of the Summer Wells case that are nonprofits. So, and it doesn't, unfortunately, they have her reward fund expiring on her day, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I don't know. I think I'm not having good feelings about it. I mean, couldn't they have waited like a month after, or, a week after even? Does it have to be on Summer's Day? So it doesn't make sense for, donations to go there, but there's no way to do that just transparently anyways. So since there's not a link for them or anything, so this is just the best way. About you don't think it's good that they had to expire on her day of her disappearance? Yeah, I just feel kind of weird about that. So I haven't had a chance to listen to that, what was it, the news conference. Maybe I can play that real quick while I'm here, and then I'll go. I know I just said the same thing. I really do need to go though, but I didn't have a chance to watch that because I hear it wasn't anything. I guess it was uneventful. Is that true? This news conference? That's disappointing if that's true. We'll do a playback speed a little bit faster, just since I have to get going. And plus, so many of you have already who wasn't collecting money today. It says right at the bottom, please do not donate. Let's see here. Money, I want people to spend their money on, if they're going to donate I want to send it to EquiSearch. Let's see, let me fast forward to the how long in? Why don't they edit out the first part of our
going. Please understand, in order to preserve patient. Before we get started,
I guess I'm going to slow down. That's too fast.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Leslie Earhart, a public information officer for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Before we get started, I want to stress that the investigation into the disappearance is very much active and ongoing. Please understand, in order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, we simply can't speak to specifics. We appreciate you being here today and your continuing coverage of this case. At approximately 6:30 p.m. on this day, 1 year ago, Summer Wells, who was 5 years old at the time, was reported missing from her home on Ben Hill Road in the Beech Creek community of Hawkins County. When we held the first media briefing on June 16th, honestly, we expected to have good news to report by the time the next media briefing came around. Unfortunately, instead, day after day ended in frustration and disappointment. At that time, no one expected that still be searching for Summer 1 year later. We've said from the beginning that this case is outside the norm. There are few clues as to what happened to Summer, despite investigators doing everything within their power to find answers. All possibilities are still being explored. Many of you have asked for details about what's been done over the last year. I can tell you agents and detectives have spent thousands of hours on this case. Numerous search warrants have been executed, cell phone data has been analyzed, and any other available digital evidence has been collected, searched, and documented. This includes social media accounts of those associated with Summer. 3 large ground searches have taken place in the last year with the assistance of more than 100 local, state, and federal agents. Those searches do not account for the numerous targeted searches done by agents and detectives as they were following the potential leads. From TBI alone, more than 100 agents, intelligence analysts, and support staff from across the state have been involved in this case. TBI agents working alongside the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and the FBI have conducted nearly 170 interviews during the investigation. That does not count the hundreds of phone calls made to follow up on tips reported to law enforcement. While investigators have been working to find answers, they've had to deal with thousands of tips generated by false information that in some cases has been intentionally spread across social media platforms. We know that this case has attracted the attention of individuals across the country who genuinely care about Summer and want nothing more but to help us find answers. We appreciate those people. However, we are also aware that there are some people using this case for their own personal gain by spreading false information on social media posts as facts. Some go as far as to solicit donations. This has had a major impact on the investigation and not in a good way. Moving forward, we ask the public not to submit tips as a result of a video they viewed on YouTube or a theory they've seen posted on Facebook. Please help us and only call if you have direct, specific information about the disappearance of Summer. This investigation weighs heavily on us all, and I can promise you that no one wants answer than we do, and we are not going to stop until we find them. I'm going to turn it over to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson.
Good morning. As Leslie mentioned, we didn't expect this case to be going on a year later. It's heartbreaking to me and my officers and the entire community. We've never stopped looking for Summer. We will continue to do so. There's never been a case in the history of Hawkins County Sheriff's Office that had officers working 365 days and had so many hours spent as we had in this investigation. Also, this office has never utilized so many different local, state, and federal agencies from across the state. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the Federal Bureau of Investigation assists us in every step of this investigation. As you heard Leslie say, thousands of hours have been invested in finding Summer, thousands of them. 170 interviews have been done. Many of these individuals have spoken to more than one time. Well, we haven't said a lot about the details about the investigative actions that's taken place. Please know that we've never stopped. I deeply appreciate the many rescue squads, the EMAs, and the volunteer fire departments for their help. And the support from the citizens and the communities of this county is just unbelievable and overwhelming. With the encouragement we get with the food during the searches we've done, and all the law enforcement officers and agencies throughout the state of Tennessee, it's just phenomenal how everybody pitched in and helped us with these searches and with this investigation. And many of you have asked why that the private citizens assist in these searches. With dangerous terrain that we were experiencing in searches, we were able to monitor each group and movement and their location. That way we knew that everybody came back to the command post safely. After the initial searches, then we had to go back and obtain the landowner's permission to search again. We could not allow or even grant permission for private individuals on these people. And while I can promise you that we will continue to conduct target searches in the Beach Creek area as new information is developed, we'll also continue to follow up on any legitimate leads. And it's been the goal of this team since day one to find Summer. We've never stopped, we've never slowed down, we deal with it every day. And that's the whole purpose of this, to let you all know, despite what you hear, what you see, we haven't stopped. The men and women of these agencies have worked tireless, hours and hours and hours. And I commend every one of them for the job they've done, and we're going to continue till we find Summer.
Now, as I mentioned, we can't speak to specifics, but we will take a few questions.
A few months ago, you guys had a parent from cooperating. If you want to build it in and now it's actually gone well for the cooperative.
We're not going to characterize cooperation at this time. Honestly, doing so does nothing but create more speculation, and it doesn't benefit the investigation. But thank you for asking. Well, I can tell you that law enforcement did not coordinate that reward, so you would need to reach out to the Churchill Rescue Squad for information in that aspect. That's not something we can speak to.
We do have it after you guys took out information on the red zone. I know this is on here. This is how about you guys? Is that someone you're looking for? You still people significantly that's over?
I'm going to call on TBI Special Agent in charge, Derek Newport, just to talk about that and where that stands.
I will tell you yes, just to eliminate. We still don't have a good timeline of when that was observed. People that frequent areas on a regular basis get their date can get days mixed up. We still want to figure out who, if possible, and if that's even a legitimate lead. You know, so as she said earlier, we followed a lot of dead leads that didn't produce anything. So that obviously is still something we want to put to bed, but it's not. We still can't pinpoint a date and an exact location. That's right.
Anybody else?
When this first came out, you guys had some of us walking away from home. That was when the initial reports that night. And then things kind of changed all day. There's any evidence that she walked away from home, any evidence of any sort of abduction, or do you have any evidence of anything that night?
We don't have anything specific, and I think what's important to note there is that the sheriff mentioned that how many hours we put into this investigation and how much time has been spent exploring every possibility: walk off, abduction, other foul means. And I think that's the thing to keep in mind is it's still really wide open as to the what. We try to stay away from developing theories and just follow facts.
You mentioned that you're continuing to look at this case every day. Are there more searches planned that we're pushing on?
No specific plan. However, if we get specific information about a specific location, building, what have you, we will coordinate with each other to go take a look at that location. What made it hard back in the summer is obviously the foliage. That's why you saw the two searches that were when the leaves were on the ground, so that we could use air assets and that you could actually see more of what's on the ground at the time. And people say, well, leaves to cover things up. Well, you moving things around, we'll see what you're looking for.
You said that there's no evidence that there was an abduction. That's still standing. Do the facts point towards one theory more than another?
No, they do not. Not this point.
Well, thank you guys for being here. I just want to point out one more thing. This case is not cold. We get asked that a lot. It's not. We're talking to the sheriff constantly. We all work together as one team, and we're determined to find answers. Thank you for coming.
Well, I couldn't hear it very well. I don't know about you guys, but didn't sound though that I missed anything because let's see, hold on. What the heck? What is this? Somebody sent me this screenshot. It said very important, and I don't know if they want me to mention who they are. So unless they speak out, I'm not going to say just in case. But I don't understand it. Maybe you guys will get it. Well, it's disappointing that they didn't release any, give us a little bit, like just a little, something else. Please tell me they have more than just that they know that they have something and they're just not telling us. Please, oh shit. Please don't tell me that they're not telling us because they just don't have anything. What's this mean? Somebody sent me this, and it's like somebody sent me this and said it was very important. I don't understand what I'm naturally blonde, so it takes me sometimes a second to understand certain things. But it is, Ernie. So, have you seen the Ansley Daniels piece from WJHL today titled Who's Who? It's old info, but at the end, she directly says, how does a little kid go missing in an area like this? Not by accident. Wow. By the way, everybody's packages should be on the way. If you really want your tracking and you didn't receive it, just email me and I will be more than happy to find that for you and send it to you. So I checked a couple of them just to make sure that they were moving, and they were on the way. So, I mean, obviously I didn't check all of them. I just randomly picked a couple. We didn't understand what Justin said. He had a magnetic sign on his truck. What would you need a magnet for? Did you lose a shoe? I don't understand that. Yours says yours be there tomorrow, Mama Chu. Yay. Okay, good. Good. I'm assuming everybody should get their packages this week. Unless you're out of the country, then, probably be the following week or something. What is magnet fishing? Is it to try to find, like, the hell is magnet fishing? This pond holds a terrible secret. Police called. We found a skateboard, okay, so you go in there to find, like, treasure or something? Is that what it is? Like, to try to find gold and stuff? Huh, that's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. That's actually a great idea, actually. You could really, like, think of all the people that have lost, like, jewelry, expensive items, like, rings, like engagement rings, wedding rings. I mean, if they have, like, an inscription on them where you can get it back to the owner, that would be amazing. I mean, it would probably make somebody really happy, but otherwise, you might find some really expensive items. That's cool. But the Lab of Justice for All saying, can you hear me 3 times? It's only down to 1 time now. You mean the video I posted? Gold is not magnetic. Is it not? I was wondering that when I said that. I'm like, is gold magnetic? But still, you can still get some cool items. He wants those phones that Candace chucked into the pond. Oh! I magnet fished last weekend and pulled a big-ass crab blade out of a pond where there used to be a homestead 100 years ago. Super cool. Oh, man, did you get a picture? Send it to me. You can't pull gold up with a magnet. They're looking for guns, knives, anything made of iron is still okay. Metal detectors are different than using magnets. Doesn't metal detectors detect gold? Phones aren't magnetic. Yeah, mine is. They actually are magnetic. Mine is. That's what the whole so there's and how I know that is because I bought one of those things that it's a magnet thing that so your phone can, you can keep your phone like you put it on your dash to have your phone like you have your directions there and it's easier to see while you're driving. You just glance over it, it's there. It's good, for somebody who does DoorDash or something like that, deliveries of anything. But my phone stuck to it without even having to put the strong magnet that came with it. But I did put the magnet on it and I took it off when I got here because there's one of those charging things that you have to, you lay your phone on and it wouldn't work obviously with a magnet in front of it. Couch fishing is more fun. Hey, Lana. She found a knife in the swimming hole. BHB did. Let's go. Where Justice to magnet fish. That's why you don't put your credit cards next close to your phone. Good point. Very, very good point, Jamie. You're so smart. You know who's like super duper smart? Well, I just saw two really. Well, you guys are all smart. Don't get me wrong, but two that are in here right now that I'm like blown away by is Fizzle and Lady CG. I love talking to them. They're super intelligent. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go. I have to get ready for whatever is going to occur. You carry your credit cards in your phone wallet case? Yeah, I don't ever worry about that either. I've never had that. I have had a room. Like I don't know if it's, I don't know why, but I think it happens more easily with like those card hotel key things because I've had that happen where it's lost. It's the hotel key. I had to take it to the front desk. I've had that happen a few times. And they're like, did you keep it by your phone or something like that? I'm like, well, yeah, it's in my wallet. And probably Marlena. So hot outside. That's what's so deep. That is what is so like, I wish it wasn't so hot out. Is Christy in here? I was just going to say Christy should be getting in town. Or is this Christy? But hey, Christy Solo. I didn't mean to sound disappointed. I was just I was just thinking like Christy should be in town any minute. She picked up a cleaver in Florida that was involved in a murder. Maybe, I guess people never think that, they're going to, people's minds don't really go there. Like, oh, this was probably used in a murder or something. I don't know. Charging your car. Oh, cool. Heat index is 103. I know. That's why I'm like not looking forward to. Stick a maxi pad between your boobs, kind of hot. All right, guys, I gotta go. No one is live streaming it. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not going to. No. No. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not saying I might not go live from the pond or the. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to, because I think that's where Heidi. Oh my God, did I just really say Heidi? That's where the other vigil is going to be, and I think it's by like invitation only or something. So I don't know if I'll be able to go to the horse stable area later tonight. That's the only time I am happy I don't have really big boobs, when it's hot AF out. Please stream it. I'm sure somebody will be streaming it. Justin says he'll be live. He's going to go to a few of them. So you'll get like a, around the world type. I wish he was just going to the one that I'm thinking about going to. I didn't even tell you guys if I was going or not, actually. Last you guys knew I wasn't going. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I am, but I don't know. Someone just paid hundreds to write name on balloon. She's sick. What? Right, Sticky. But that's at Krama Mama's. But I'm talking about at the other one. There's two at Warrior State Park. And Krama Mama's, yeah, everybody is welcome. But Robin's, I heard was invitation only. And I think she's over by the horse pond or horse stables or whatever it's called. So, because I was thinking, I'm going to go over there. I might go live over, there, but then I thought, that's where the other vigil is going to be. And I don't know who can access it. And yes, hopefully a peaceful night. Like, I know tonight when I'm live for the fundraiser, I'm not going to want, a bunch of drama. And obviously it's supposed to be about summer. So we're going to try to keep it classy. That includes myself from going into any drama, anything, you know what I mean? So guys, I will be talking to you later, and thank you so much for thank you so much for stopping in. All right. And I will see you tonight. Remember, fundraiser tonight for EquiSearch, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's all, for in Summer's name, no matter where she is. It doesn't mean she's passed. It's just in honor of her, wherever she is. And I'll figure out how to turn off the super chats and stuff like that. And the money goes straight to, it's set up through YouTube. So the money goes directly. It does not, go to me in any way. You will be able to tell that it's going to the charity. YouTube will post something, I think, from what I've seen on others fundraisers. So it's gonna be cool. It's like, that it makes sense. It's Summer's day. I mean, what other day would be more appropriate than on her day to do a fundraiser for an organization that's trying to help find missing children and was involved in helping find Summer. It may still be. Yes, drink water, stay hydrated. Yep. That's what my daughter said. We're going to get a bunch of water. All right, guys. I will talk to y'all later.